of higher secondary level, you are welcome to the class. I am Siddhartha Shankar, an assistant professor in English in Government Horoganga College, Munshiganj. Hopefully, you are doing all right. Uh, it is the continuation of my previous lecture on transformation of sentence according to meaning. And we are learning how we can transform from affirmative sentences to negative sentences, or from negative from affirmative sentences. And in my previous class we have already learned 14 rules, and today we are going to start from rule number 15. So let's start. You see the structure. In some cases you see we will find adjective in between as and as, or so or as. These type of sentences are basically positive sentence. You know that according degrees are of three types: positive, comparative, and superlative. So here you see rule number 15. If we make the positive sentences into comparative sentence, then it will become a negative sentence also. So here you see not less plus comparative plus then. If we go through some examples, this rule will be clear to you. Here you see between as and as there is one adjective, that is brilliant. So see what is the sentence: Dina is as brilliant as Rina. So here this is a affirmative sentence. Now we are going to make it negative, and at the same time it will be a comparative sentence also. uh, you see, Rina is not more brilliant than Dina. In this case, we bring the last subject first, and the sentence we will make negative, and we will use comparative degree. See another example: You are as brave as Omo. So Omo, you are not less brave than Omo, or Omor is not more brave than you. You see, he is as clever as a fox. Now the comparative is, he is not less clever than a fox. Okay, hopefully you will practice this type of sentences more. Now let's go to rule 16. Here you see 2, and in this case we will use so dash dash that plus negative to make it negative sentence. So here you see uh, here in between 2 and 2 there may be one adjective or adverb, and here in the negative sentence also we will use so dash dash that means in the dash or in the gap we will use an adjective or adverb, and then we will use negative. And here you see the sentence is going to be a negative sentence, and it is also we have already learned the transformation of sentence according to a structure. There we have learned how we can transform from simple to complex. Here you see uh, if we make this type of sentences negative, at the same time these sentences will become a complex sentence. See the example: She is too sick to join the program. Too sick to join the program. Now, how to make it a negative sentence? He is so sick that she cannot join the program. So, according to the tense, we will use cannot or couldn't, and then it will become a negative sentence. The old man is too weak to walk. The old man is so weak that he cannot walk. This is also the same thing. He is too short to touch the roof. Now the negative is he is so short that he cannot touch the roof. This is now let's go for rule 17. This is also almost the same. Here you see 2 for 2, then 2 for 2, then so dash dash that plus subject plus negative. Almost the same thing. If we go to the example, it will be clear to you. The bag is too heavy for me to carry. Too heavy. Heavy is the, here you see, adjective, and for me, for is there. So how can we make it a negative sentence? The bag is so heavy that I cannot carry it. Almost the same. The tension was too high for her to control. The tension was too high that she couldn't control it. Here we have used could because the affirmative sentence was in past tense, is in past tense. Therefore, we have used couldn't. Now, let's move to next rule. We will find sometimes in the affirmative sentences. And to make this type of sentences negative, we will use not always. The girl is sometimes rude. This is an affirmative sentence. The girl is not always rude. Is not always rude. And here you see, if we find sometimes in the affirmative sentence, we will use not always. They are sometimes lazy. They are not always lazy. The boy is sometimes punctual. The boy is not always punctual. So this is not very difficult. It will be easier for you to practice. Now let's move to rule 19. In the affirmative sentences, we can find both and in this case, we will use not only and dash 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 part also to make it a negative sentence. You see, in our daily practice of language, we always use this type of sentences, this type of structures. So if we read it carefully or give attention to this type of structures, it will be very easier on our part to understand these rules. See, he is both a reporter and a teacher. So both and not only but also. He is not only a reporter but also a teacher. Both Ripon and Shipon are meritorious. Both and so not only but also. We will use not only but also to make it a negative sentence. Not only Ripon but also Shipon are meritorious. Here you see, sometimes you will find universal truths or proverbs in the affirmative sentences. Then we can't change the meaning of the sentences at all. Therefore, we will make it negative interrogative. So we will make those sentences interrogative sentence, and at the same time we will make negative. That means not or no. Then it will become a negative sentence. See. 30 days make a month. This is an universal truth. Don't 30 days make a month? So here in these cases we have turn these sentences into an interrogative sentence. And to make interrogative sentence, we always take help of be verbs. And if there is no be verb, in that case we take help of verb to do or verb to have. And if we uh, bring those be verb, verb to do, verb to have, or modal verbs at the beginning of the sentences, then those sentences become a interrogative sentence. And at the same time we will use negative with those interrogative sentences. Right is might. So isn't, here we will use to make it negative, isn't might, isn't right might. Pride brings downfall. Brings is there, so doesn't pride bring downfall? Knowledge is power. Isn't knowledge power? So this is how we can make universal truths into negative sentences, but in this case we have to learn how we transform the sentences into interrogative sentences. Dear students, we have already learned 5 rules today, and hopefully this will be, you will be beneficial from this lecture, and you are requested to keep touch with us, with the Facebook page, and with me also. And dear students, hopefully you will following the rules of hygiene and you are staying sound and safe. So thank you for watching.